Hey there, welcome to Synth Seeker. My name's Luke. It is the 24th of January, January the 24th of Jamuary, where every day this month we're trying to put together a little piece of music or a little clip or something like that, and use those as seeds for making music later in the year, but one per day. So we'll be done with 31 in just about a week or so. What are we doing tonight? Well, we're using 4 synths tonight. We're going to use this Nord drum here. All right, we're going to use that kit. And we used the Nord yesterday, and I was like, I just need to pull that out more. We're using a Minitaur to do a little Berlin-style pluck. And there's one thing I wanted to demonstrate. This came out in one of the more recent firmwares for the Minitaur. And it was octave wrapping. So the Minitaur is limited. It won't go above, I think, C4. Right, it's a bass synthesizer. It's aimed at that. And it used to be, if you played above C4, it would just play C4. And it will still do that if you've got the setting configured that way. But it has a nice new feature where it will wrap any notes above C4 an octave down. So if I go, oh, by the way, we're working in C minor today. So there's C3, I think. That's C4. It won't go higher than that. So if I go play higher than that, right? So you hear that? Right? It just wraps them around so you don't get any dissonances or unexpected notes. They wrap an octave down, which I think is a nice feature. So if you didn't know that, go update your firmware. Or if you, I think it's the default on the new firmware, but you might have to turn it on. Anyway, so Nord drum, Minitaur. We're doing the Microfreak, which I'm getting more and more into. This pad sound. I'm loving that. And our old friend, the Model D, is going to be doing triple octave arpeggiation there. Just single notes, just doing that. And really, that's about it. That's what we're going to use tonight. I'm going to put a beat down, and I'm sorry, my beats are terrible, as you learned yesterday. But we'll see what happens, okay? We are working in 4/4 at 95 BPM. All right. And so let's put a little drum beat down. All right, that is it. Okay. My friend Wabbit said that my beats were not lame, but I think he's just being kind. All right, so what do we want to do with this? We've got this beat. It's a 4-bar pattern. I'm going to put down another 4-bar pattern with this arpeggiation. Something like that, maybe? I don't know, I'm winging it. We're just going to put it in and see if we like it. If not, we'll delete it and we'll start over. All right, here we go. No, not liking it. Let's try again. That's weird. I'm getting a strange little note firing here. Maybe my push needs to be cleaned. I don't know, we'll see. Here we go, let's try again. All right, not bad. There's the one unintentional note there. I'm going to clean that out. There we go. All right, let's put some chords on top of that. Good. happy with that. Now, let me pause for a second here and tell you what I'm going to do here. So what we've got, if we go back to these clips, all right. So Microfreak's playing these two chords, back and forth, A, B, A, B, all right. The Minitaur's doing its little bit here, okay. The drums are doing their thing. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the bass and we're going to play some bass, some bass notes under that, where we're not going to go crazy. We're just going to do a single note. It's going to play a 3-octave arpeggiation, but it's just going to be that one note, okay? And I just want to demonstrate for you something that I find really useful. It's that if you've got a chord progression running and it's repeating in a loop, right? The bass doesn't have to just follow that chord progression, and the bass can actually force that chord progression, force our ears to hear that chord progression differently. All right, so if we're playing like a C minor, right, and we're playing C in the bass, well, if we move that bass note around the key, that C minor actually sort of functionally to our ear becomes different chords. This is called bass reharmonization, okay? I'm not a music theory expert, but you can go look that one up. Bass reharmonization. There's a ton of videos on it. Signals Music Studio's got it. Jake Lizzo, Adam Neely has a great video on bass reharmonization. I'm probably not gonna put links in the description. You're gonna have to do a little research if you're interested, but it's a lot of fun, and I'm gonna demonstrate it for you here. Okay, so let's listen. All right, so I'm gonna play C. Ready? When it comes around, here we go. Take it up. There's a little tension. All right, the chords are still the same. The only thing we've changed is the bass. Let's take it down a step. A little more. So I hope that was an adequate demonstration for you. So we're just playing the same two chords, the same sort of melodic, that arpeggiation melody. It's really an arpeggiation of chords, right? Not necessarily a melody, but I suppose you could think of it that way. But just by taking your bass line, so that's a tight loop, right? That's a simple 4-bar loop between two chords. And the bass line, you can noodle all over the key with that, sort of holding it, right? It's not necessarily you want to do fast runs with the bass, but if you're holding that sort of bass pitch, it forces your ear when you're listening to the chord on top of it to consider that chord in a different light. So that's my minor instructional thing for today's jam, okay? And that's about it. So, hey, you heard a new thing you can try, hopefully. I made a little beat. I've stored it away. Have I stored it away? No, I haven't. Let's save that, shall we? I have to say, some of the jams were perhaps misplaced because I saved over a file. Whoops. So that's okay. There's plenty of stuff to work with. But anyway, so thanks for hanging with me. And I hope to see you tomorrow. And as always, you have been watching Synth Seeker. Have a good, rest of the week.